third of the LCR Triple Crown. First you've got the LCR Rally Finland, then you go to the 6 Hours of Le Mans, and finally you end it here at the LCR World Division for the Monte Carlo Grand Prix. And let's have a look at just a few minutes ago. We had a gripping and very, very crucial qualifying, and here is your grid for it. So pole number 5 in his LCR career, VSR Dralex, the Canadian, continues off the hot momentum of winning the Netherlands to take pole position today here at Monte Carlo. Jesus Mulder continues on what has been a good, strong qualifying performance in the recent months. He starts from P2 today, of course, racing as a reserve. Row 2 starts again with another full-time driver followed by a reserve. It's Melanie, very much one of the candidates to win this one. Of course, took the victory back in LCR Season 6 on his debut. And Pietramato, the second highest of the reserves. Sadly, the Ferrari isn't Brad that could see himself up towards the front. He is absent today. Then going on to row 3, the champs leader has to settle for P5 today with the Alpha Tauri making an all-alpha row 3. Matt 212, strong display from him today. And then looking back to row 4, it's another all-alpha row with Alpha Tauri's Aiden out-qualifying Jack RT in the second Alfa Romeo. Watch out for a really big alpha battle in the midfield. Then row 5, right outside the top 10, Boris Letterbox for Williams and FXBR Dean for Renault. Row 6, with a fresh choice of tyres, comes FXBR Mont for the second of the two Renaults. One's inside the top 10, the other is out. And Sims, the man that's at second place in the championship, has to settle for P12 today. Got a lot to do, but interestingly, only set a lap time on the medium compound tyres. Then looking at row number 7, York starts ahead of Frobo Jobo. And finally on row 8, it's LCR Apex and Street Gamer who served a qualifying ban. As the drivers, they were very much thick and fast. My that man, of course, is the voice of LCR Elson. Alongside me is the OG voice in F1, Ben. And Ben, that really was a gripping qualifying session.
Well, we haven't got very long to talk about. The drivers are pretty much down at Rascas, but yeah, it was a proper good session. It really did go down to the end of the session. Dralex and Mulder separate by 17 thousandths of a second, with Melanie only half a tenth behind, but they're already coming round the nose. I'm going to ask you this very, very quickly, Jack. What's top 3?
What it is now. I think what it is now. What about yours?
Mulder, Pietro, Melanie. Honestly,
well,
I'm sorry, Dralex.
Well, Street Game is the final man of 16 as LCR gets ready to create a legacy here in Monaco. Season 5, we had an absolutely dramatic start. Will we see another one of them today? As VSR leads the section, as the light gets to go on now. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in LCR. Season 9 is off in Monaco, but Mulder might lead the way down towards turn 1. Just about the Dralex Zao will hold on to it. Melanie has to hold on. This is big ghost as Pietramato tries to go through him. They're all ghosting up towards the Rascas section. Now they come out towards the Beaurivage, down towards Massenet, sorry. It's looking way further down. The field is absolutely all over the shop as per usual when the race starts. But Dralex drops down to P3, P4 now as Pietramato gets past him as well. So unbelievably, Mulder leads the Monaco Grand Prix ahead of Melanie, ahead of Pietramato, now ahead of Perundi, Matt, Aiden, Jack RT, and Dralex is down to P9 and continues to drop further and further. There was contact at the hairpin. I think it was York, but Street Gamer's up to 12th as well further down the field. But Dralex continues to tumble down. He lagged out at the worst possible time, Ben.
I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. It's just that immediately after I do my prediction, it just lags out. We have a podium of Mulder, Melanie, Pietro. I mean, there goes your prediction for the win. Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, it's all changed all of a sudden. But if anything, that's ignited the fire in Melanie with that unlucky qualifying where he was so close to the pole position, but so far. But for Mulder as well, he made a mistake out of Anthony Nose on his final qualifying run that ultimately cost him pole. But in the end, it's all worked out rather beautifully. Meanwhile, lap 1 pitters, LCR Apex into the pits for a priming change, and I imagine York in as well. Hard tyres going on to the Ferrari driver, and same for York. As yes, Dralex is back in, but he's 12th.
He is 12th with Sims. Right, he's AI. Dralex is AI. He's not even driving.
He's back now.
There he is. Yeah, he's got Sims right behind him. These two are second and third in the championship. The championship leader is P4. As it stands, Brundy's going to have nearly a full race victory over his 2 championship rivals. I would not have called that.
Well, we talked about it at the end of qualifying, didn't we? That if the results stayed as they were, Dralex would have walked out with the championship lead out of this one. despite only finishing 3 times in the points, then being 25 points. But all of a sudden, that's all been thrown out the window, and Perundi's day has gone from pretty average to potentially an unbelievable championship remembering
Boris
victory.
made no
As
mistake.
Boris
Oh, Dean's got damage, that's why.
It's front wing damage, yeah.
Do you know what the record is for the most pit stops ever in an LCR race? Because with it being Monaco, it must be obviously here, surely.
I think it's about 8 or 9, surely. As Joe was in for a stop as well,
Yeah.
in for a front wing change. All of the bottom 4 now on the hard tyres, so you would feel that they're just going to try and go the distance on that to compound. Because, of course, we'd have reduced damage in LCR, so you can kiss the barriers a little bit more than you would with full damage. But
I know,
up towards the front,
I know the last game.
Sorry.
I know the last game, you could just hit on lap 4 and get to the end on the hard without even hitting 50%. So I doubt there's much of a change. But there is a very, very angry Canadian. As
Monte's got VSC. That's a huge crash. Street Game is involved.
Yeah. As Street Gamers, I'm not really sure what's happened there. Looking at Mod's remains, obviously he's actually retired, but looking at the carcass, I mean, okay. Only a VSC though. Matt's bailed. Dean with a penalty.
No. Don't tell me that's glitched.
One of the VSC. Yeah, the actually speed on the VSC.
We have an interesting race now on our hands, Ben, because you've got all the hard runners that have come in to do their long stint, and with Matt, he's going to have a lot of clean air. So could he potentially, as the tyre wear continues to go down on these softs, undercut all these guys and just have track position? We've got an interesting race on our hands.
Well, sorry. Well, he sits 24 seconds off Mulder at the moment. It's a quite short pit lane. I think it's actually one of the shortest on the calendar. So I don't think he's going to get Mulder, but the chance of him perhaps getting Perondi, his teammate, I think they've gone up significantly, definitely. I think his pit lane loss right here is 21 seconds, I believe.
I'm not quite sure, but update on what's happened, because of course the mains is probably talking to drivers, because it does turn out that we have sad news that the bridesmaid is out for a long time. So hopefully we'll see him back in the near future, but it doesn't. The Ace put it in the chat earlier that Amaze is going to be out for a little while due to issues. I think it's either real issues or personal issues. I'm not quite sure, but that's what he put earlier. But he's confirmed to us in the chat that Dralitz's game crashed. He then come back. His wheel then had no force feedback. And then the game didn't tell him that when he was taken back over, so he got front wing damage.
Oh my god. So the game, oh, I know, yeah. Well,
so also has very low FPS and nothing's rendering properly.
Oh, this is just, Well, to be fair, I'm on board with him right now. If you go on board with him, I'm not sure if it's the same for you, but his car just doesn't look all that there. Something seems off with his car. I've got the engine. I've got the engine glitch, but something just doesn't seem. The car seems stuttering. But I'm not sure this is just something for me. But obviously, Joyce is Canadian. It could be a connection thing. I mean, I'm not the host for once, but his car just doesn't seem.
I do get what you mean there.
Yeah.
When he turns in,
something just doesn't seem right. Obviously, I can now see it on the screen. Because I have a stream open on my phone. Things just don't look. Something just doesn't look right. You compare it to Mulder right in front. His car looks so neat and tidy with hydraulics. It's all over the place. See, that's something. I'm no expert at this. I mean, I don't race anymore, but it's just, yeah, something just seems just not right at all.
Yeah. So, update on what's happened in terms of the race. Lap 6 of 39 after a disastrous getaway for Dearsard Dralex, it's Jazim Mulder who leads the way ahead of Melanie in second place. Pietromato is still with them, only about 1.1 seconds behind them, and then a long way back, 4.7 seconds is Perundi, who's just got his first penalty of the day, and Aiden is keeping him company. And Aiden had a real good scrap at Vietnam, I remember rightly. He got his elbows out a lot of times, and so far in the early stages, he's keeping the champs leader more than under the threat here, and if he makes a mistake, I'm sure the Brit is going to be more than on the back of him.
Yeah, man. He had a solid performance last time in Netherlands as well, so it's looking like a decent player here. I'm interested to see how this top three goes. The undercut is quite powerful, so it's risky when they decide to pit. Now, I believe it is a soft to medium strategy. I believe. I'm not 1,000,000,000% sure on that, but oh, hello.
Flag.
Boris.
Sorry, Boris.
Spot at the hairpin. Is he trying to go Valtteri Bottas and not worked? Tried to do a drift and just failed.
His front wing looks okay. So it looks like somehow he hasn't hit the wall, but obviously something has happened. Meanwhile, Apex has got a train. And you can actually bring up a reference for this. Abu Dhabi.
Oh, yes. Oh God, what was the joke?
Brad,
I'll repeat. Yeah, it was about Brad. Oh yeah. If you thought the bullet train was the master of engineering, right now we have Dan. There you go.
That's the one. I forgot what it was. Been into the pits comes Boris Letterbox as Aiden and Perondi side by side at turn 1.
Hello, what?
And at Sandivot, we've seen a move. We've seen an overtake.
An overtake?
On track.
What? On Monaco? Hang on. What is this witchcraft?
Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff.
It just doesn't happen. It just leaves Matt's very much clear of Boris. I didn't see a wing change either with Boris. So, maybe Matt's higher than I thought he is. Because right now he's 28 seconds off the lead. So he's definitely not taking the lead, but he's still got a very good gap to Aiden. I think Matt's a net P4 here.
As Dean goes out of the session in the pits. So we've lost both Renaults of all the retirements.
I was going back to the Apex train for a second. York got...
Melanie's in.
And low. Lap 9.
Melanie is in for Racing Point, and that's the first of the top three to make the call. He's on them to mediums. Burundi's in, following being passed by Aiden, so you would feel that's going to be an undercut attempt there on the Alpha Tauri driver as the Alpha battle continues, as Romeo's in, and he's gone onto the hard tyres, so not gone the same strategy as Melanie up to down to P5 now. Dralex is still out there on his set of softs, and Perundi has been undercut by Matt.
Yeah, I had a feeling Matt was in a very good position. But what's really got me here, Pietro is in DRS of Mulder. That gap was 2 seconds. Now that Melody's come in, I think Mulder, he's really struggling because Pietro is all over the back of him here.
This really could be interesting when they come out the pits to the point where they could be side by side. That was a bit of a kiss of the wall there.
Yeah. Now, will Pietro stay out?
Mulder's
yes, he does. Pietro stays out. He's got some good speed on these tyres. It is mediums for Mulder. Lap 9. Red Bull usually pretty speedy in the pit stops. Very, very decent there. Or is he about 2.5 maybe? Now, where is Melanie? He has got Sims in front, which is really not helpful. For the Finn coming up now. Mulder gets the green light. Whoa!
Oh!
Mulder Melody. That was the old saying of...
But he's done it.
Quote Jeremy Clarkson. Some poo came out there. But Melody...
Aiden has been undercut by his teammate. Trying to interrupt. But Perundi's gone past, of course, because he managed to do the one-lap undercut. But Aiden has been undercut by his teammate as well. And Matt is holding up a right old train here. But in terms of net positions, this man's P4.
Well, I said it, didn't I? I said I think he might be net P4, and I was right. And the thing is, he's gaining on Dralex as well. As you know, Dralex is having a plethora of issues. Maybe it's just finished the race. But, well,
now this, there's Piedmont's in. Race leader, on track race leader is in, but this could be a make or break moment here because Sims has got Melanie and Mulder all over the back of this. Melanie can get past here, and Sims keeps Mulder behind. This could be a real moment here. Coming out of Dancing Nose now, it's not the best exit from the fin. DRS is on. Piedmont is still going to come out behind both of them, and yeah, Melanie can't get past, and this is really going to frustrate them because if Melanie can get past, he can create a real gap here.
Was it 2016 where the leaders got stuck behind a slow car for like...
Oh, Perondi! Sorry, leaving it to Mark. That was so late on the brakes because he was defending from Aiden and he nearly hit the other Alpha Tauri. It's all kicking off.
It's getting a little bit aggressive. Pietro, he lost a second by staying out an extra lap. And Melody's got a very good exit here. But he just hasn't. He can't get near Sims on the straights. But then again, to be fair, Sims has some decent pace. A little bit of a mistake now.
That's poor.
But Melody can't do anything about it. Has a little look to the inside line. He's stuck with Mulder just behind. Pietro is taking half a second out of the pair in front.
You know the old saying, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Well, right now, Sims is stuck between Mulder and Melanie. Sorry, Mulder and Sims, that's what I meant to say. I nearly got the statement right. Anyway, gets DRS now. Adamancing nose, heading down towards Sandivot. And once again, he's not close enough. And another lap ticks on, but Sims has gone deep at Sandivot. Heading up the Beau Rivage towards Massenet. Surely not. Going to think about look to the inside. Has to back off. Now gets the inside line. Surely Massenet does try and think the lunge. Doesn't quite get the move done. And is still frustrated. But all this is allowing him to get closer, but down towards Mirabeau. I thought he was going to look at the inside again.
Hang on, Mulder! Oh, he wanted to go around the outside.
Oh, contact! Sorry!
Hello?
Perundi and Matt have gone side by side.
Oh.
They've got damage. Matt's got thrombing damage. I don't know if Perundi does as well.
Oh,
but a bit of contact on Massenet.
Matt's been taken out. Yeah, next to with Jack RT, we have a safety car. A full safety car. Now Simpson probably...
Debris?
Hang on, Simpson's going to be fourth here. Surely Simpson's best option now is to pit.
I mean, Matt has to pit. He's got damage. What about Perundi? We've got to watch him. Let's have a look at the front wing as he goes past. I think he's clear. I think he got away with it.
I'm not 100% sure. We'll see in a second, because I'm currently stuck at a dodgy camera angle. Yeah, he's clear. Perundi's clear. Well...
Sims is in. No surprise there. Race leaders all stay out. I'm a bit surprised by that. I thought maybe Piedmont might try and pit and, you know, try and get on a softer compound, but instead he's still going to be on the mediums because he's only been on 2 laps, to be fair, so there's no real point. Perundi's going to come in. Matt has retired. And
Matt's actually crashed.
Swimming pool. Oh dear.
Matt has actually crashed in the swimming pool. Well, he's not making a video out of this race, that's for certain. Sims is in front of Perundi. Well, I was saying about him being top on the grid, and I was saying how much of an issue that was going to be. But through a well-timed safety car, Sims is now going to be gaining points on Perundi. Alright, it's 2 points, but points are points at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I mean, as Callum Tisdale points out in the chat, such a bad time for drivers because he'd literally just pitted and now the safety car has come out, so unfortunately he's still stuck in P8, but doing a good job to minimalise damage. The main rivals currently 4th and 5th as the safety car is out on lap 13 and 39. Melanie now leads the way in the Monaco Grand Prix as he did back in Season 6 with that thrilling battle with the man that's now known as Shazoo Ledwood, who's actually watching the stream at the moment. Shazoo Mulder sits in P2. Pete Dramato on his debut is into P3. Sims P4. Perundi P5. Aiden is now up to P6 following the contact that we saw. Boris P7. Dralex P8. Street Gamer, who started from the back of the field, he's on for 2 points at the minute. York is 10th. Jack RT, Probo Jobo, and LCR Apex.
I thought he crashed out by now, I'll be honest.
He's made it nearly halfway.
Yeah, I know. This is astounding. I really watched DRC last year. This is a miracle. I shouldn't take the mic, but because part of Monaco is a very big deal. But just wait, if you're a league racer, you get halfway through Monaco, be proud of yourself. Be proud, because not many league racers have done it before you.
I mean, it's ultimately the ultimate crown is to win in Monte Carlo, and so far the flying Finn.
I mean, survival's good enough.
enough.
Sims actually just put something in the chat. First time I've used hards this season. Sad times.
Oh.
He doesn't like the hard tyres.
He's got into P4.
Yeah, exactly. Don't moan, mate. You're in P4. You've got a chance at a podium here. All you got to do is mug off an Italian, a Dutchman, and a Finn. You got a chance at a victory.
So let's before we go back to races, have a quick look at penalties. So Melanie has not even got a warning. Mulder has one warning. Pietro has one warning. Sims is the same. But a penalty for Perundi in P5. Aiden is clear. Boris is on his final warning before getting a penalty. Dralex is clear. Street Gamer has penalty, invalidated lap times. So
that's automatic 3 seconds.
And York has a penalty. So really, Street Gamer's got 9 seconds worth of penalties at the moment in P10. The safety car is not coming in this lap, interestingly. I thought it might, but Apex wasn't quite close enough. So we go another lap.
Yeah, cheers, Dan. I did have a question for you, but I forgot what the question was. Oh yeah, can you just pronounce Pietro Mato again?
Pietromato.
It sounds like you're saying it sounds like you're saying Pierce Tomato.
But that's how I called him in SRL Season 6 when I was doing F2 with who was it? What was his name?
I'm just
Max left,
sorry.
No surprise.
I'm
not Italian, alright?
I'm not Italian, I just have Italian heritage. So
exactly, I'm not Italian at all.
I'm a 60th Italian and 8th German.
Yeah, I'm 100 England.
Oh, so you're English and proud. I'll notify Jam Pancakes immediately. I'll notify Jam Pancakes immediately. I'll notify I'll notify Contador Racing. Newest signing.
Do you remember? Last season when we struggled to
BMG Con.
BMG Con. Yeah, I remember that from last season in qualifying.
That was Alex Degu.
Particularly.
That was Alex Degu. Big Brexit Nut Head.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
You do support UKIP, so.
No, we're not going to get into politics today because we're about to get back to green flag racing. Safety car in this lap. The flying Finn and Melanie looks to try and hold on against the flying Dutchman of Mulder in what sets to be a brilliant 24-lap showdown, really. Let's see if Pietromato can do anything after holding on to the first 15 laps in P3. Can he now mount an attack? And watch out for Sims, of course, who pitted for them hards after getting the right time. The safety car's in, so it's up to Melanie when he chooses. Everyone breaks at Raskas. He chooses now, halfway through, heading towards Anthony Nose and down towards the start-finish line. We're back to green flag racing. It's a good start from Melanie, good start from Mulder, fairly good from Pietromato. Sims being fairly left in the dust for Perundi's clutches, already leading back a second, but Perundi locked up and Aiden is in the back in midst of him. Them two came together early on in the Grand Prix. Further down as well, Street Gamer holding up York, not the best restart from McLaren either, but as they head up towards Massenet for the first time, everyone, as expected, Ben, fairly one by one.
No real surprise there. I didn't really expect much movement. It's not really, obviously you can't overtake around Monaco, it's kind of a done deal. Jaguar team with an automatic 3 seconds ability for corner cutting. That's not exactly what I wanted to see. I don't know how he's got that. The hairpin? Maybe
I thought you'd get a multiple warnings there as Sims butchers the Novo chicane that are on board with Biro Perundi.
Oh well. Just give me 1 second if I need to go something.
Okay, so we're riding on board with Melanie here as under the helicopter cam as he now comes up towards the final corner to begin lap 17. He's pulled the gap out of the Mulder, and this is exactly what I mentioned when he was stuck behind Sims. If he'd have got this move done, he could have got the gap out, but the safety car restart has been perfect from him. Meanwhile, Aiden is right on the back of Perundi here on his medium compound tyres compared to Burundi's hards. The Brazilian is more than being kept very much on his guard. The championship leader, who might still lead the championship out of this round thanks to all the carnage that's been around him, but might lose points out to Sims. But meanwhile, Jack RT and York battling away for the final point through the casino section, and Jack RT into 10th position there. Rising overtake at Monte Carlo as Apex has to almost take avoiding action behind York. But here comes Aiden. We'll have to keep an eye on him here because Burundi is more than being kept on the door, heading out towards the Novel chicane, heading towards that section now. Well, Dralex on the inside of Boris here, up towards the chicane. Couldn't quite find a way past on the Williams, and Dralex is getting his elbows out and trying to do exactly what Boris did last week at the Dutch Grand Prix, where he continued to muscle his way on as he gets a snap oversteered as Boris through the swimming pool, and that could have very much been night Boris. Instead, it's hello Boris for another turn. Now heading up towards Sandivot now, as you can see, Aiden opens the DRS, continues to get closer and closer to Burundi, heading towards turn 1. He's not close enough. Dralex still not close enough on Boris either. It's still fairly mutual, but there's still over half race distance to be done here at the Monte Carlo Grand Prix in LCR. Wonder if Ben is back in. He is not. Meanwhile, Jack RT keeping street game for company. Oh, very close there. Shut the door very late, did the McLaren there on the Alfa Romeo. In this battle for P9 that continues to be closing in on the battle for P5. Ultimately, a massive train falling behind Birol Burundi. Then, of course, these hard compound tyres trying to make them work. Meanwhile, Sims dropped 3.4 seconds back to Pierre Gianotto. But any other day of the week, Jack RT have had front wing damage there. On Sunday for LCR, thanks to reduced damage, he gets away with that little nudge at the back out of Portier. I can hear an echo, and now I can hear a mic sound. Ben's back.
Yeah. The reason I was getting an echo is because I have to turn my headset off first. Because to stop the echoing, I turn my headset off. So I have to turn it back on first, and then because my mic isn't activated, it then decides to echo. So apologies about the 2 seconds of echo. My cat's trying to steal my drink, which is inappropriate.
That's okay. Meanwhile, this train does continue, but Dralex has dropped back. What on earth has happened to the Canadian? He's dropped 2.2 seconds. Is it more damage? Please, it is more damage. Front left.
I saw somebody hit the wall in our sector, so that might explain it.
Oh, man.
Can he catch a break? No.
Well, he caught the break last week. This week is harsh reality.
It's like winning. It's like winning £1 million and then being kicked in the balls.
Oh, Jack RT and Street Gamer through the tunnel, side by side for P9 towards the Novo chicane. Eventually, Jack RT's in the wall. He put himself in the wall. He got angry, snapped the back end after trying to keep alongside Street Gamer, and he's ended up in the wall. Oh. Mulder's penalty.
Yeah. I was having a nice drink of milk and a little cup, and Mulder has a penalty.
And that does promote the Ferrari up to P2 for the moment. Sims has dropped a long way back and is actually beginning to be closed in on by Burundi. He's still any damage on that Williams. He looks okay. It looks like he's dropping time at the moment.
Yeah, it's clear damage. He might have the damage that doesn't show.
I'm now about to find out because I know Sims is streaming at the moment.
Oh, you go for the cheeky approach.
I'm going to try and see if I can spot it.
So this is the technical analysis you only get from commentary. Big lockups from both Burundi and Aiden. Boris just behind having a chill. And then Dralex, they have that little side-by-side moment. He's been given a bit of breathing room. Jack RT's back for Streets Gamers. I mean, these two...
the most hacky man in that cockpit.
There's probably a bit of swearing, I'll be honest. Oh, he sent it! Nope.
Okay, so update on Sims. I'm not seeing any sign of damage at the moment for the Williams driver, so I do think he's okay. I just think he's dropping time at the moment. There's no, he hasn't got the damage indicator up, so I can't really tell at the moment. But nevertheless, Purundi is now under a second and has now added to this train, so it's now 4th down to about 7th that are squabbling away for P4, and both Williams are involved in this battle in their first race this season as teammates. So far a good showing, but I've still got over 18 laps to go, so still more than enough time for them to make a mistake or another driver to go for a move.
Oh yeah, of course. Let's see how this leads.
As well, Ben, we're on lap 22 of 39. Your thoughts so far on the Grand Prix? I mean, it has been quite action-packed. Car off. It's it. Mulder's off.
Oh,
Mulder's off on turn 1.
Yeah, I saw a Red Bull on the indicator. I saw it come up and I looked at the indicator. I saw a Red Bull and immediately I was as you asked me the question, I was sending a text. I just look up, see how fly, check the indicator. Saw a Red Bull round. Mulder has damage as well. Sims is going to get a podium from 12th on the grid at Monaco. This is Olivier Panis-esque. He's got damage on both sides, Mulder. I mean, he could try and stay out.
Who on earth would have predicted this? The Dutchman who had it in his grasp at turn 1 because Dralex disconnected and thought maybe this is the Red Bull's day. Maybe this is finally the day we see the old Mulder of season 4 come to life.
When was the last time
But it's
Mulder
all
actually
gone
won a
wrong
race?
on lap 22 of 39.
Season
Last time Mulder won a race was
season 6, wasn't it?
6 or
Yeah.
season 5. Remember, it was the Belgian Grand Prix. He had an absolute classic battle with Leopard.
Season 6.
But he's continuing to run deep, and the times have
Oh,
fallen.
he's so
Jack
slow.
Arty Buster came and
Sims
Sims
smacked him.
noticed the back of him.
Oh, hello!
I don't think there was. I don't think there was any damage.
Aiden tried to get Purundi. That is big. But the championship has put Purundi right back with Sims. I mean, let me get the standings up right now. So currently,
What's happened to Jack? Oh, Jack Arteta at the back of York, heading towards turn 1. Sorry, I don't know what's happened to Jack Arteta here, but he's falling down the order. Now let's Apex though. He's in the points.
what? Well, we saw Brad score points here last year. Now, is it Dan's turn?
Maybe this is the time that Ferrari get out the time to score points. Still a long way to go, don't forget. Yeah,
If they score 4 points,
totally not biased commentary.
if they score 4 points, remember, they'll get moved up from last place.
For that 8.
Bet you ask. The last out of the team to score points, which is, yeah.
Well, actually, you say that they'll go on. As Aiden gets a penalty, that
Oh!
could be crucial later.
That
in the Grand
almost
Prix.
crashed. Jesus, I'm bored with him. He almost binned
But
it.
to put the constructor point into perspective, McLaren scored a point all season. Obviously, regarding penalties, we can't quite work it out just
Chris
yet.
Evans in the pits.
But that'd be 4 points. Oh no, he's not.
He's in the pit lane. That's going to. So that's 2
Jack
points
Ortiz
for
lost it.
Ferrari. They're going to move up to 3 at the moment.
Jack
Triple
Ortiz lost
points,
it,
they'll
but
be
the
equal on
swimming pool.
Haas.
Oh, who's off? Purundi.
Brody,
Safety car's
championship
out.
leader. And another safety car.
What has Purundi done there?
I don't know. He's got damage. Right hand side.
Oh my goodness me.
So that is your championship leader, a man who could have extended his championship lead. Now is about to lose his championship lead. If he has to come in the pit lane, he's going to fall to P10. That's only a point. Sims is third, scoring 15. Sims is going to take the championship lead by 4 points. And Dralex will be very, very close.
Sims had never led the LCR Championship before this season. By the end of round 5, he might have led it twice. Into the pits comes Pierre Giamato. That's an interesting call to go on softs. Let's see where he comes out though, because if he comes out in traffic, it's the end of the day. Because Sims is going to go ahead.
He's out.
Aiden's going to go ahead.
He screwed it.
Boris is ahead.
But yeah, that was P5. Surely he's going to have some softs for Anthony. There's mediums. Oh, they've had to service. Alpha serviced his teammate not so long ago. So he got held as well.
Surely not. He can't. He's not going to be outside the points. He's going to come out ahead of Street Games. He's got 1 point at the minute. Dan's in 8th.
That's 4 points. That's the 4 points that Ferrari needs to equal Haas.
Dan's in 8th.
Surely not. I mean,
so lap.
He scored a big last time out. Damn. The resurgence of the Season 1 champion?
Is Apex's career over? Not yet.
Nope.
So Melanie leads the way after qualifying P3 and having the heartbreak of qualifying. He now leads over a man that started in P12 and is on the hards in Sims, who was drove absolutely superb. Aiden sits P3. Boris, who started from 9th, is in P4. Pierre Tomato, of course, on his debut today is P5 on a fresh set of softs, so he's going to be trying to climb up the field and get some really overtaking at the track where overtaking is not famed. Dralex, after falling from pole position all the way down to near the back of the field, got back in and is now sitting P6, doing superb out there. York P7, Apex P8, Ferrojobo in P9. Perundi is the second highest of those that picked under the safety car. He sits P10. Street Gamer into 11th place now and has a good chance for them fresh tyres to get himself some points. Shazoo Mulder pit, but for some reason is still on 14 lap old mediums. Has he gone on to a used set? Surely not. As a good point brought up there by Callum Tisdale, Dralex is still out there with that front left wing damage. You'd have thought maybe he'd have opted to pit under the safety car, but he's opted to stay out there and prioritise track position, which around Monaco is not the worst idea in the world as they head under the tunnel. Lap 26 of 39, 14 or so laps to go left of the Monte Carlo Grand Prix, what has been a very surprising thriller. 2 safety cars, 1 VSC, only 3 retirements, keep in mind. Still a lot of action up and down the field, but Melanie leads the way at the moment to claim his second LCR Monte Carlo victory in so little as 3 seasons. Of course, it's a Grand Prix that has been dominated by Leopard headlines. Of course, he set the record for the biggest LCR World margin victory. That, of course, going to run about 57 seconds back in Season 5, and of course, Turn 1, it was chaos. And of course, in recent seasons, we have seen a lot of Williams dominance in the past, but here today, it looks to potentially be a racing points day with about 12 laps to go on the clock. Ben, it's going to be tight. As we appear to have lost Ben for the time being, so apologies for that one. As you can see, Melanie Sims, Aidan Boris, Pierre Tomato, Dralex, York, Apex, Frobo and Perundi is your top 10. 3 cars still running outside the top 10. There's been Street Gamer, Mulder and Jack RT. This should be the lap that we go back to green flag racing to finish this off. Let's hope this time we can make it to the end without another need of a safety car. As we head towards Portier. Under the tunnel as Apex gets a time penalty behind the safety car. That's a rather incredible achievement, Dan, I must admit. It was, by the way, got very fun of editing this video because Ben kept talking to me and kept trying to give me thoughts about what's going to happen in terms of the top 3 when I was meant to be doing my YouTube intro, so you're going to have to edit that out. That'll be fun. Nevertheless, safety car is about to come in on this lap, I imagine. Yes, it is. The light goes off and Melanie backs off to let the Mercedes safety car make its way as the Racing Point gets geared up and ready. Williams of Sims has never won a Grand Prix. He's in a good position to potentially do that today here in LCR. And what about Aiden behind as well? He's been very racy. There's already an incident on the restart. severe collision with VSR drivers. Pietro, 5-second penalty. That is going to be hugely cost on them to the softs as we go back to green flag racing. It's a good start from Aiden compared to Sims as they head up to Sandivot for the first time. Melanie begins to do exactly what he done first time round and clear off into distance as Boris gets a 3-second time penalty with the Ferrari hounding on the back of him.
So yeah, apologies about my disappearance personally. You know, Hector just got a penalty for hitting draw legs. I saw that on the safety car, but he was nowhere near him. I think that might need to be removed because there was no incident. Apparently, draw legs is wing damage, but ow!
He does.
Pietro.
He does a massive chunk missing, but here comes Pietro. Oh, he's pushed him off. Boris forced to cut the corner, and you've seen that so many times at Monaco.
Raikkonen and Perez is one I always remember. Here he tried to go for the move. Checo didn't see him. Got squeezed on the inside. It's definitely not because I'm a Raikkonen fan.
Yeah, totally not a coincidence. Meanwhile, end of lap 28. And Sims has dropped 2.5 seconds.
Pietro's going for it again.
And you get the feeling more he has to the outside line at Sandivot. Is he going to try a long way round by Williams? Boris tried to squeeze him. Switchback could be on though, on the Brody rides towards Massenet. He could have the lunge on the inside line if he can get the chance. Drolex continues to drop back from this battle ahead, as you can see. But of course, that's not to be surprised if he's got front wing damage. But York wants to get a move on because he can see a top 5 finish on his way. Imagine that for Racing Point. But yeah, he continues to get closer and closer.
Well, I'm just watching Pietro hiding Boris. It's actually quite entertaining to see. Pietro, oh, Mulder's gone again. Oh, there's been a traffic jam. Burundi, Streets Gamers have made contact. Mulder lost a lot of time. I think Burundi just butchered Streets Gamers out of the way. Was having none of him. And now it's Mulder goes to the back of him. Jack RT misses the chicane. I'm not sure what's happening at the back of the field, but the answer's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going down at the back, but at the front, it's fairly organised. Sims now 3.6 seconds behind Melanie, who is flying.
York made a mistake. He smacked his rear tyre. He did it with Leclerc. He smacked his rear tyre. And Apex actually ghosted through him. Apex can get the power a little bit earlier.
Oh, turn 1, Burundi talk about the inside.
Oh, God. Desperation, I think.
Monaco's boring, right?
I think safety cars kind of help sometimes with Monaco. Kind of change the race. Oh, Burundi trying to send it. They've all called draw legs.
Here we go, out of 48, under the tunnel they go, under the lights. He continues to get closer, he's in overtake. Tries to think about going to the long way. Boris sits defensive, now picks the inside out under the brakes at the head over chicane.
Oh.
Bit of contact as Boris once again cuts the chicane and stays ahead. How many more tokens do you get before you get a penalty? Got to be only 3.
I think I maybe was one of those cases where I think Pietro deserved the position. I think Boris cut the chicane and held the position. I think in real life, stewards were telling him to get the F out of the way. Pietro with a decent exit.
Up towards Sandivot.
Boris just going to defend the inside though.
Oh, tries the inside.
Oh, suspension of Verstappen and Grosjean.
All Verstappen, I like that.
I genuinely, the first thought in my head was, oh, Burundi! Joe at the wall, and now Burundi gets into P9. All these points matter, remember. 16 points down to the gap. I think Joe's got damage, which is now going to lead Streets Gamers, his teammate, to potentially make a decision. Pietro's got him! Oh, what the hell? Hello! Pietro Manto gets him in the P4, using the ones of the hairpin.
That can't have been legit.
I don't know, it just... I mean, why the hell not? That's my only way of looking at that. Why the hell not? Mulder's got Jobo as well.
What's going on here?
Hang on, it's a traffic jam.
Street Gamer and Mulder.
York's for draw legs.
is going on?
York is all over the back of Trollex. I mean, he's in him. He's in him. Mulder's got three escapers. Sims has got to play three escapers in the pits. Mulder scoring a point. How is Mulder scoring a point? His race went so upside down. Rodney with a penalty.
Absolute madness at the moment. This is just
chilling.
Ridiculous. As York's got the inside of Trollex to the casino, and he's might have done him on the outside. Now up towards Mirabeau. Oh, that was so close.
Apex around the outside. Go on. God damn.
I love him.
This is definitely not unbiased commentary. This is definitely unbiased commentary.
You gotta love that.
You haven't you?
Meanwhile,
Jesus Christ.
A chain is four.
Ferrandi on Apex.
Sims, Aiden.
P9!
Oh.
Dan let him go. Oh. Now Mulder is here.
I mean, what's it like penalty-wise? Because I know Dan might be clean.
No, he's got a penalty. 2 penalties. 3 penalties. That was 3 penalties.
Oh, York
Hang on.
Raskas, now Anthony knows. He snaps the back end. And that could allow Perondi to get closer.
If Perondi gets in front of Trollex, I don't know how. Seriously, that's going to be so... Apex is holding off Mulder.
Here we go, York. Up towards Massenet. He's pushing him through. Now towards the casino. Trying to do the switch back this time. That might work.
Exit. York to the inside. Down at Massenet. Now Massenet, Mirabeau. They make contact. But York is through. Contact.
Oh no.
Mulder hits Perondi, who hits Trollex. And now Perondi hits Mulder. And now Mulder hits Perondi. Ow!
What on earth is going on?
This is Monaco, remember? Hang on a minute,
Aiden is all over Sims in the battle for P2. And look who's at the back of it. He's in there. He's still in there.
Wish I could penalty for that little three-way. Sims has a penalty. Aiden has a penalty. Pietro has a 5-second type penalty. So, at the moment,
first and second in the championship, battling for 7th and 8th towards turn 1. Trollex defends the inside. Switchback's on though for the Brazilian.
No.
He can't really go for the move because the road sort of goes to the right, and that would have favoured Trollex to shut the door and ultimately would have led to contact as yellow flags as Jack RT, yes correct, is in the wall. Street Gamer goes fastest of all in the session. Meanwhile, Mulder is still hounding the back of the 2 champion contenders. I mean, at the start of the race, Ben.
Oh, Jesus! What is Monaco? This is Monaco, remember? Pietro went full send on Aiden, nearly clobbered him. Oh, this is getting intense. I'm loving this. This is Monaco, remember? I'm going to keep saying that. It's Monaco.
As Daniel Ricciardo once said, Monaco, baby, yeah. Here on lap 35 and 39, the 2 championship contenders are battling for 7th and 8th. While all this is happening, Sims there's more contact.
I should point out, if Perondi gets past Trollex, the championship is going to be 2 points. It's already close. It will get a lot closer because I think Perondi will be able to chase down York. Big mistake for Trollex, and there goes Perondi, and he's got a nose in front, and Perondi's ahead. Perondi's up in a P7, and Mulder barges. Mulder sends it, and Mulder gets the position, and now Dan. Apex around the outside of Casino, and now down into Mirabeau. Can he? Really? Come on!
Oh, Dan. Could you? I mean, at the start of the race, who would have honestly put a quid on LCR Apex to pass VSR Trollex on track?
Who put quid in it?
Oh my god!
What has happened? I think he might have tried to move with Aiden. Boris is now P4. And surely Pietro's going to have to pit. He's got damage. No, he stays out. With
It's
damage,
18
it's
seconds
twice.
clear. He doesn't need to. Well, 11 now.
Yeah, I think time screen should be playing. I think if he pitted, he would have lost too much. He would have fallen behind Perondi, Mulder, potentially Dralex, who's fallen 3 seconds off Mulder after Mulder got through. And now Frobo Jobo is on the back of these lot.
Well, it's certainly been an unusual end to the Monaco Grand Prix as Street Gamers into the pits again. And the team ready a new front wing and a new set. This is stop number 4 of the day for him. To put it in perspective, the leaders have all made 1 stop. Pietro has made 2. York's made 1. Burondi's made 2. Dan's just been Oh, Dan's lost it!
No!
At the exit of the casino, it come up black this time.
Oh.
It's come up black, and that's tragic news for LCR Apex. But with 3 laps to go, all of a sudden the entire field calms down, and we can finally focus on the man that has led since, well, the safety car restart. Melanie is on his way to claiming another race victory in Monte Carlo. You said it in qualifying, you fancied him for pole. What a result this will be for the Flying Finn.
Yeah, I fancied him for pole. I didn't. Well, to be fair, I fancied him for pole. I also fancied him for the win, so at least I get partial that, right? Even though it wasn't actually my prediction for the race win, that was Mulder. Go back to the start, the prediction was actually Mulder, Melody, Pietro. But only one of them's getting a podium, and that's Melody. You predicted just the top 3 not to change. So, if anything, you're the bigger fool.
I was a bit wrong. I was a bit wrong.
You went for the obvious approach.
I mean, who could have predicted that? Who could have predicted that Dralex was going to lag out at lights out?
I mean, apparently me. So they put him in the podium predictions. Remember, as soon as podium predictions finished, Dralex lagged out. It was almost like, I don't even know. Now, if Perondi gets past York, I believe they go equal on points. Sims and Perondi. If Perondi gets past York, I believe they go equal on points with Perondi leading on countback. York's got a big
because it's 8 and 18. Yeah.
Is Sims the team LCR?
Yes, he is. But here goes Perondi. It doesn't matter nevertheless because he's gone to the outside line and he takes P6 away from the racing point. One half of the camp it was all about defending. The other, it's just about coasting it home. Melanie has only had 1 career victory, by the way, and he goes on about it quite a bit. It was Monaco Season 6, his debut, when he beat the German. What?
Perondi isn't safe. It's got to pull 3 seconds.
Ooh.
York only has 1 penalty. Perondi has 2. This isn't over. Chris Gamer proves his fastest lap. Dralex, I mean, this is damage number 10.
Oh. Yeah, we caught that.
I think you know exactly why my voice got very high pitched for a second. That was, yeah. Ow. But actually really hurt. I'll be honest. Aiden's still there with Sims. I believe, though, they're going to stay as they are due to penalties. Yeah, penalty for Sims. And a penalty for Aiden. So that's technically all or nothing. Migraine host, Dan's lagged out. Useful.
Oh, on the very last lap.
On the last lap.
But we're on to the final lap. Final few corners for Melanie. And to put the perspective in nationalities, Finland has started an accumulative over 105 different LCR races. Okay? They have scored 634 points. They've scored 2 race victories.
2.
Germany Season 1, Flying Finn. Monaco Season 6, Melanie 88, the new debutant. 3 seasons later, he's a veteran, and it's victory number 2 in Monaco. Melanie wins the Monaco Grand Prix from P3 on the grid. He takes the checkered flag and takes the rejoice of another part of an all-red or triple crown. Sims comes home second. Melanie comes home.
Brody's done it. Hang on, Brody's with Pietro.
third.
Brody's with Pietro. Back for P5. You can't get it though. I think Pietro's going to hold on. He might lose it on penalties. I'm not 100% sure. Brody with a great exit to the outside. He'll go for the front of the line. Brody finishes P6. Is it P7? No! 2 tenths per second.